Mini Thief was another one of those games that just caught my eye. It was simple, yet something I just had to try, and I did. I didn't get very far in my first playthrough, neither did I finish it in my second playthrough, but I'm finally ready to come back and give this game another shot. So, let's see what it has to offer. Starting up the game greets us to this, I'm not gonna lie, ugly title screen, and it's mostly due to the menu and the ugly text font. The width looks off as if it's not as wide as it should be, and there's this bothersome text showing that you're logged in for some reason. I don't see a point in that, but I'm done nitpicking for the moment. Let's just get into the actual game. To the surprise of no one, this game is about a thief robbing houses to get that sweet, sweet moolah. Before each mission, you get a small bit of context for why the robber is robbing these places, which is nice, but it would be a whole lot nicer if this wouldn't appear at the beginning of every mission. And even worse, it's unskippable. It's nothing super long, but really guys, it shouldn't be that hard to just add in a skip button, or just outright remove the intro and missions other than the first one in each level. Anyway, each mission has you searching cabinets, ovens, safes, and more to get money. Something I learned from this game is apparently you can sometimes find DVD players and paintings inside of gas stations. Logic. Things start off fairly simple to adjust you to the game, having a few spots on the map that can cause noise, which in turn causes you to have less time to loot the buildings. You see, once this countdown from 10 pops up at the top of the screen, that means you probably caused too much noise or set off a trap or something. Once the countdown hits 0, someone comes in and searches the building in an attempt to catch you. At first this may seem like an immediate death sentence, but there are some items that can help you to distract them so you have some more time to escape. Other than that, there are some traps put in place to keep you from having free roam of whatever building you loot, such as a tripwire, cameras, a net trap that stuns you, and a freaking dog! Don't worry though, it's a nice dog if you give him a chew toy. These traps can be easily disabled so long as you have the proper tools to do so, like for example wire cutters for the tripwires, a chew toy for the dog, and a box to get around the cameras. For some odd reason you can't disable the cameras, even by cutting out the power, which makes literally no sense. I'll just say the camera gets its power from a hamster wheel or something. Gotta work the imagination somehow. These tools can all be purchased at a shop in the game alongside a few other upgrades like the sneaky shoes that cause less noise to be made or lockpicks that make the lockpicking time go down. But let's not leave the shop just yet. There's actually something else in here. Back in the far left corner of the shop there's a door that leads you to a Halloween event level. I remember back when I was first waiting for this level to be released, it was sometime back in October of last year if I remember correctly, and it's a bit weird to see it again now. I would have assumed the developer had removed it a month or so after releasing the level, but nope, still here. May as well take a look at it. The level takes place in a spooky camp that I'm assuming is supposed to be a parody on a Halloween movie, but I legitimately don't know what. Please help me. There's also a guy with a hockey mask patrolling the area. The layout of the level is decent. You will need to hide a lot with the guy constantly patrolling the area, but luckily they give you a little bit of time to search the area without him there. To beat the level you'll need 3 items, a motor, some gasoline, and a key to start up the boat and escape. The only reason I came back to this level was honestly just because I wanted the costume you can find in the level. Yeah, don't mind me wasting the entirety of my life just for this one costume. Back to the main campaign, the later levels just get plain unfair. You see, in the first jewelry store level, they introduce guards. Now this isn't anything new to us since we've already seen a form of them in the Halloween level, but here their patterns are pretty well unpredictable. I would see it as a fun little challenge to memorize their pattern, but to me, it just seems like they decide whether they want to turn this corner, or they just want to go back and forth, and it's so freaking annoying. Here it isn't that bad, but in the next area it is. In this bank level, the guards return, but the level is designed so poorly that you can easily get spotted by the guard immediately. This isn't a good challenge. A good challenge would be having the guard go all around the map, which he doesn't because the guard AI is sort of dumb and that they won't check rooms blocked off by doors unless they hear noise being made behind it. One tool we have that we could theoretically use to distract the guard is a decoy or firecrackers, but literally every time I get him distracted for a second, he just gets his attention back on me. I legitimately found myself stuck here, and you know what? I'm done. The game was fine at first, a mediocre experience at best, but when you get further it just comes down to the going into the level, losing due to the unfair AI and bad level design, buying another save so that your upgrades can be safe for another 2 seconds, then rinse and repeat over and over and over until you lose all your stuff, going back into the older levels to get more money, and just... I really wanted to like this game, but it all comes down to the same repetitive cycle, and the only redeeming factor would have to be the Halloween level, but even that has its own issues. And is it really worth buying a $2 game just for one level? Absolutely not. One of the biggest issues here is the lack of variety in gameplay. You're either unlocking a bunch of doors, searching rooms for money, or hiding from a patrolling foe. The game doesn't handle stealth very well at all. As I've said, the guards have a very limited and quite frankly confusing pattern that is too difficult to memorize. There needs to be a bigger focus on the stealth, adding more variety in the traps you have to deal with, or bigger levels with no time limits on how long you can stay in the level before someone else comes in to start searching for you, as well as an easier way to sneak around without having to constantly stop and hide in a room or a bush. Well, that's Mini Thief for you, a flawed and unmemorable experience that I couldn't force myself to finish. Before I end the video though, I want to thank each and every one of you watching the video right now, subscriber or not, for making 2018 an amazing year for my channel, in terms of growth at least. I've still got a ways to go whenever it comes to overall video quality, but either way you guys have been patiently sticking with me throughout my long upload gaps, and I'm incredibly thankful for that, and I couldn't ask for any better fans. I also want to apologize for this not being a special end of the year video. Unfortunately, I didn't think to prepare with some ideas beforehand, which is entirely my fault. I do have a video in mind that I wanted to finish for the end of the year, but I don't think I'll be able to make it before then. If I do though, then I'll just make myself look dumb here. Anyway, I'm dragging this out a bit, so thank you for a great 2018 and here's to an even greater 2019. Goodbye.